Hello and welcome to Computer Tech and More. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Drop Alt keyboard. It was shipped to me in just their basic drop box as opposed to an external box. That's why it's sturdy. I would like to see like another box around it just to further protect the keyboard, but it should be sufficient. I bought mine on Amazon basically for the return policy in case I don't like this keyboard. I've never specifically used a 65% keyboard. But usually from their website, they have better pricing and more switch options. So I would recommend buying from there if you do choose this keyboard. So comes with this startup guide, installation, USB functionality, warranty, the different things. So one of the main things about this size keyboard is that it is missing certain certain keys. We'll just put that back on and pretend it didn't happen, right? Alright, so I have taken the keyboard out, which is why probably this ribbon was there, so that's why I had trouble taking it out. But for example, up in this corner, it's not lit right now because it's not plugged in, but this is the escape key rather than the that squiggle line. So I would need to push F in and then that. Let's see, in the box it comes with 2 feet in case you want a different angle. And then underneath this, it comes with a keycap puller, or this is the keycap puller. So you would, sorry, I just knocked my camera, put it around, lift it straight up, and it lifts the key straight out. And put the key back on, just right back there. And this removes a switch. So let's go ahead and just do that. That's one of the things about drop keyboards, is that they are the switches can be removed, so you can swap them out to whatever you like. To get it out, you have to really reach down in there and then yank it out. So the goal is to get under these little clips on the sides there. And this does use a 1, 2, 3 prongs. So when you go looking for replacement switches, you want to make sure you buy the right style, otherwise it's not going to work. And then when reinstalling it, you just, you don't drop it, but you line it up, push straight down, because you don't want to bend any of those pins. All right, I'm going to reposition my microphone so we can get a little bit of a listen onto the keyboard. Let's go ahead and get that. I like ice cream. The keyboard, or not the keyboard, the space bar is pretty well stabilized. You can see a little bit of wiggle in there, but I think that's pretty good. You're going to see a little bit of wiggle on the keys. So you can buy replacement keycaps for it. You can replace all the switches. The back plate is completely removable. You can get inside there. You can do all sorts of mods to it yourself. The price on this on Amazon was $220. The last time I looked on drop.com, the price was $130, I want to say. So prices will vary. All right, I guess let's go ahead and plug it into a computer and we'll go from there. Let's do a quick size comparison. So on top here we have the Drop Alt, and beneath it is the Drop Shift, which is a compact kind of 96% keyboard as opposed to a 65. So you can see that there's quite a bit, that it's quite a bit smaller footprint. So that basically means that on a given desk you'll have more space to use the mouse without it hitting the keyboard. My opinion is a 96 is a great compromise if you need it for work. Here, I'll go ahead and take that off for a second. If you need a basically full-size keyboard for work, you do get a smaller 0, and you know all this is kind of compacted elsewhere, but you basically get full functionality with it. With a 65, I would say that it's like 99% just a gaming keyboard. To access some of the other features, you need to use the function key, and I added some color coding, so print screen, let me think, I don't remember, I'll display it in a second. I'm going to show you how to change the colors here in one moment, and is there anything else I want to say? Nope. Okay, let's move on to how to change the colors. Just keep coming back to this, but one of the main advantages with a smaller compact keyboard is that it just takes up less desk space. See, my current keyboard, whoops, just takes up a lot of space right there at the end of my desk, sitting between the legs of my monitor. The Alt, if I can get it back there, will just nestle in much more nicely and easily. All right, let's do the typing test. Again, I'm dyslexic, so reading at this weird side angle that I'm currently doing is not going to be optimal for me. This keyboard has Cherry MX Browns, and that was me putting the feet on. And so let's give it a go. Whoops. Oops. Wow, that paused on me. 50 words per minute, 96% accuracy. So a little bit faster than my average. Normally I'm like 45, so better keyboard, better switches, who knows? All right, let's go on to the next section. I'm going to run through the steps of how to change the colors, specifically like the defaults, that come with the keyboard. And it's the same for all drop keyboards. I apologize for the curved aspect of my screen because it's the only one I got to do this, because it's where I have it loaded up. So this is for the drop shift, and over here in this corner you see layers. Layer 1, layer 0. Layer 0 is the standard. Layer 1 is the alternative, and then you can click on the key maps. And in this, this is layer 1, so when you push the F in, what keys it activates, and the standard, so I did swap that. Let's go specifically to the Alt now. So here you have all the drop keyboards, and the Alt is right there, and there it is in all its glory. And what you do, if you want to rearrange the keys, you can click on it and then select from all these options what you want to change it for, and then you just click down there. I don't want to change it, so I'm going to unselect it by clicking on the key itself, and then you can click on layer 1, and you can add additional layers to it to have increased functionality. And over here, so you'd push the F in to access this, and you would have the mute, the in, volume up, volume down, end, page down, la da 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 da, your F function keys, pause, print screen, scroll lock. So you get most of the functionality, again, but not quite all of it. If you need to utilize print screen, for instance, you'll need to use the FN a lot, FNP. Let's go to the LEDs. And here we are in the LED. And what you do is, if you want to select all of them, you just double click. And then if you want to deselect it, you can just click one. Yeah, then you can just select one at a time. You can select over here with presets, or you can add a new color. And let's just do the screen. Boom, save. You want your WSD to be its own separate colors. By holding down Shift, you can then select a grouping and make it red. Then you can select what other colors you want. I grouped mine based on what kind of keys they were. So again, right there, the delete there, yellow, purple, blue. One of the hardest parts with doing this is that you don't instantly get to see what colors you're getting. I can see what color it is on my screen. So the camera's picking up that as more like a blood red, but to my eyes on the screen, it looks more like a vibrant red. So again, you can just shift it all over the place. Let's save. Layer 1, layer 2. And then when you're done, you hit compile and download. And it will download the file. It'll take a little minute. And this is powered by QMK firmware. So if you're an expert coder, I am not, you can directly code in QMK and do it yourself, or you can do what I'm doing and use this utility that Drop has already created. So once that has finished downloading, you come over, I'm skipping a step. You need to download a piece of software. You scroll down to hit flashing your keyboard. Download the Drop configuration application. And it downloads. I already have it installed. And let's open it up. So my desk is not quite level with my stand. I apologize for it being slightly off. Right there, configure keyboard. That is not an option yet. They say coming soon, which would be nice because then it'll all be built into this one piece of software. But in the meantime, you would have flash the firmware. You would click on select file, and it would have a file there called drop whatever your keyboard name is. And then you would select that, and well, I don't really want to flash my keyboard, but so you have 60 seconds right there, and basically you would hit Fn, the function, and B for about 3 seconds, and then you'd release, and the keyboard will disconnect, it'll reconnect, might do that a couple times, and the lighting will change. And it'll be whatever you set it to be. And that's how you change the lighting effects on your Drop keyboard. All right, let's move on to the next section of the video. I just realized we haven't talked about keyboard features. So other than being compatible with most Cherry style switches, so they're all hot swappable, so you can just swap them out to whatever you prefer. It features 2 USB ports on it. And sorry, I knocked my camera. And either one can be passed through. So this one can power it, plug into it, or this one can plug into it. And then you can use the other one to plug in a USB device. So the fact that you can plug it in from either side that is most convenient for you is really nice. I think I mentioned this before. The feet, they're very magnetic. It's got steel plates in there, and it... I'm not sure if those are permanent magnets. and it's very user serviceable. So let's do a little demonstration of servicing the keyboard. To service the keyboard, the spacebar is so long that the keycap puller doesn't really fit it very well. Just pull it off, and then if you want to get at the switch, you make sure you get it in there. And just pull it out. Try to pull it out as straight as you can, because you don't want to bend these contacts that go on the inside. That right there is your little LED, and the white part is the control board. So to pull out any other key, slide it over, pull it out, and like what I was showing you in the software, you can then swap around the keys to be however you want. So if you want to move the WSASD somewhere else onto the keyboard, I don't know why, there are many other keyboard patterns out there, you can just move it wherever you like to be the most convenient for you. And next I want to demonstrate how to take off these plate mounted, they're not screw-in, so I guess they're plate mount stabilizer bar. In one of my previous videos, I talk about how I spilled soda all over my drop shift, and I did replace the bar, and now I'm going to show you how to do it. Alright, so you're going to want a flathead style screwdriver, not a Phillips head. Is it focusing on my screwdriver? Hello? Well, either way, it's a flathead. And hang on, I need to adjust my lighting. Well, my hands are currently full. One hand is holding a light over the keyboard, and the other is holding a screwdriver, so we're going to try. So there's a little tab. It might be a little hard to see. Let's try to zoom in there as tight as we can. Right here. And you got to push back on it. So I have to put down the lamp, I'm sorry for the reduced lighting effect now, and come on, and and it just sort of pops out. There we go. I find it easier to use two hands. If you're more skilled than me, you probably can do it with one. Then once that's popped out, you just rotate it forward and it slides out. And that's how you remove the stabilizer. And then putting it in is much the same thing. Put it in. Note that some keyboards may be oriented differently, meaning that the way you have to push it may be the opposite. All right, once all the screws are out, you can just slide this off. There we go, there we go. Flip it over, and this is the diffuser panel. These are the steel plates for the magnets, and this is the PCB for each of the switches and all that kind of good stuff, the LEDs. And this is where I stop. There should be a way to completely remove the PCB if you really wanted to. You would need to remove all the switches and all the keys to get at it, and then kind of pry it out. But this gives you a basic look of the inside. Add on to this video, I forgot to do testing to show how strong this is. So this is all aluminum, metal bottom, and so it's a very strong case. And let's go ahead and open up the bottom. I'm going to do some screws beforehand, and then we'll take a look on the inside. Now, why the drop alt? Well, it came down to one thing. When I was looking at keyboards, I go to reputable websites and do my own extra research. You're getting my opinion, but I do real research where they do real testing. And at ratings.com, INGS. This was one of the better keyboards that is hot swappable. And that's one of the primary reasons for this, is that it's hot swappable. It had a great response time of 8.1 milliseconds, which is better than a lot of other keyboards. It puts it into the like light gaming category, not a hardcore gamer where you're looking at sub 6 millisecond latency. The drop shift, I think, is around 8.7, and ratings gave this a 8.3 rating for gaming. Office typing is 8.1, and a couple other categories. So it is gaming centric, doesn't come with software, but has the pass-through for USB, which is a great feature. I love it. I can't say I need it, but it makes certain things very, very, very convenient. You can't plug in your headphones after USB pass-through through the keyboard, but something like a controller works perfectly. And the typing experience, according to ratings, also very good. And a lot of that is because of the switches. So in conclusion, this is a great option if you're looking for a compact keyboard. Just know that there are things that are less convenient about having this. I personally, for office work, want my number pad. Couldn't see me on. But for primarily gaming, whoops, that was surprising. This would work great. Now note, there's no function keys. So quick save, quick load would have to be function. So that is a downside. So it's not a perfect gaming solution. But know the downsides, know the upsides, and oh, you can always reprogram the game to have different buttons be quick save, quick load from the keys anyways. So that's not a deal breaker in and of itself. You just have to remember where they are because the standards will be a little bit different. Anyways, thank you very much for watching my video on the drop shift keyboard, and have a great day. Drop alt keyboard. I have the drop shift. Anyways, have a great day.